Have you recently put on a couple of pounds around your waist, you see it in your face, and then maybe you decided to cut some things out of your diet, like bread, soda, sugar? Have you considered going on a diet for a beach vacation or a girls trip, or simply because you have a doctor's appointment coming up? Now question, did it work? Did you gain the weight back? Did you feel lethargic or even irritable, or were you even dehydrated? Who's guilty of this? I'm Kaviri Alexa. I'm your health coach, and thank you for listening to my podcast, Unlocking the Pathways to a Healthy Lifestyle. Today's podcast is going to be a good one. It's going to be juicy, and it may even hit some nerves for some people. On this podcast, I post new episodes weekly on topics relating to optimizing and sustaining your health positively. I'm a strong health and wellness advocate. I was a dual sport collegiate athlete and a military veteran, and now I'm in school to become a doctor of naturopathic medicine at the National University of Health Sciences. On today's podcast, we will discuss dieting and why you shouldn't try to get some quickly. There are many downfalls on why you should not diet. Now, let's get into it. Since the 1950s, Americans have begun dieting for weight loss or health as production of processed foods supply expanded. Now just think, the birth of the fast food chains for convenience started around this time. And World War II made processed foods very popular by increasing American homemakers' convenience very cheaply. All about the dollar. Let's not forget, body image also plays a significant role in Americans' diet. So what exactly is dieting? How do you determine which diet is proper for you? How long should you stay on this diet? And how do you cope with being on a diet? As your health coach, I am here to tell you we do not diet. Now, though dieting has been around for a while, it likely started from William Banting's book, Letter on Corpulence. I recently read that in an article by Melissa Wodak. She's the assistant professor of food science and human nutrition at Colorado State University. Now, the book Letter on Corpulence was the first ever diet book published in 1864 that supported his success when he replaced an excessive intake of bread, sugar, and potatoes with mostly meat, fish, and veggies. That sounds simple, right? There weren't really convenient foods back in the day like fast foods or packaged foods. There was bread, there was cheese, but mainly families ate fruits and vegetables that they grew seasonally on their farm during their farming months, and they processed their own meat. So when and where did all of these fad diets come from? It wasn't until the 20th century when the junk, emphasize junk, like saturated fats, added sugars, excess salts, and refined grains appeared as a result of mechanization and labor-saving automation that were used for preparation of food. Now we have the Atkins diet, which closely relates to the keto diet, following low carbohydrates. There's a South Beach diet, which also follows low carb, getting ready for the beach, girls trip. And then we have the juicing diet, which includes drinking different juices filled with vegetables, fruits, herbs, nuts, and spices. Now, my all-time favorite is the Mediterranean diet, which emphasizes heart-healthy fats, unsaturated fats, and omega-3 fatty acids. And there's the Weight Watchers, and I'm sure there's plenty more. However, what do these diets all have in common? Low carb, low sugar, and low processed foods. Eliminating the junk, just like William Banting suggested in 1864. Now, dieting is restricting oneself to small or special kinds of foods in order to lose weight. It actually can work if done correctly, but why would you restrict yourself from meeting your daily caloric and nutritional needs? Energy needs that your body needs. Some reason why you shouldn't is, you will most likely gain the weight back, and it could lead to nutritional deficiencies, side effects, and muscle loss. Now with that fat diets, you will actually most likely gain the weight back. The odds are high. In fact, 9 times out of 10, you'll gain the weight back without proper education, that is. So, do you guys remember the TV show The Biggest Loser? Well, it was said that the participants gained the weight back that they lost in the show, and some even put on more. Well, this is because you restrict yourself from foods that you love and once you meet your goal in your timeline, you go back to eating the foods you once restricted, not taking into account the caloric restriction or moderation. Some even stop working out in conjunction with their normal eating. Now, the juicing diet. This juicing diet is a great way to detox and shed the pounds. But what happens when you're juicing for 3 days or 60 days? Sure, you lose the weight because you're consuming very low calories, just like any other diet, low calories, right? But you also lose out on important nutrients and potentially deplete your muscle mass. Muscle tissue relies on protein to maintain muscle mass, and muscle is also your body's calorie burner. Muscle keeps the fat off. Then, if your body consistently doesn't have enough energy from food, it will ultimately break down your muscles for energy. So juicing also can increase your sugar intake from the fruit. So just a tip, I'm not recommending that you do juice, but if you were to juice 80% veggies. Diet fasts also work for quick weight loss, but they contribute to missing out on important essentials such as folate, B12, healthy fats, and iron for your body to sustain. This contributes to side effects such as low blood pressure, dehydration, dizziness, headaches, constipation, and even hair loss. Now, if you're actually going to try the juicing diet, this can result in kidney stones from the oxalates found in the fruits or veggies binding to minerals. Fiber. Fiber is another important nutrient necessary for digestive health and appetite control. And limited caloric intake can result in lack of fiber. So therefore, we are constipated. We need fiber to go. Constant dieting can also slow down our metabolism due to severe caloric restriction. Irritability is another side effect. Now imagine not having your coffee in the morning. Better yet, imagine going on a diet and you cut your food and caloric intake. Your body will not only not like you for this, and you will be moody, irritable, but you will also have difficulty concentrating. This is ultimately caused by an imbalance in hormones, electrolytes, nutrients, and stress. I will be stressed out too. I'm on a diet. I'm not eating. We diet to lose weight, but let's not forget diets can be challenging to maintain. You can try the different fad diets, but you're missing out on food. You're missing out on nutrients. You're missing out on energy. You're losing muscle. There could be side effects to shedding weight so fast. Hair loss, irritability, difficult concentrating, slower metabolism, fatigue, lethargy, and you will increase your chances of gaining the weight back plus more. Now, I'm not saying don't try the Mediterranean diet. In fact, this diet may be one of the best because choosing foods from this particular diet is heart and brain healthy and very beneficial to anyone. I personally follow the Mediterranean lifestyle. I consume a majority of seafood, veggies, fruits, nuts, and beans. I also eat limited whole grains, and I use extra virgin olive oil when I'm cooking. But I also use avocado and grapeseed oil. I follow the paleo lifestyle. It's another diet where I consume lean meats. But part of this diet is fish, fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. I follow a raw food eating diet that consists of eating raw foods and vegetables, freshly made fruit and vegetable juices, nut milk, and butter. What I'm trying to say is, basically, the trick to losing weight and keeping it off is to understand how to eat a balanced diet within your daily caloric intake. Because surprisingly, most diets look and sound the same. Low carb, no processed foods, no sugar, no refined grains. Plus, I ultimately suggest stop using the word diet. Take that out of your vocabulary and use the word lifestyle. Saying the word diet just sounds so sad. You want a positive relationship with food. Having a negative effect on food, like using the word diet, can potentially lead to eating disorders like anorexia and bulimia. After all, it is a lifestyle change, incorporating healthy fats, healthy carbs, and protein in your diet, limiting processed foods, and of course, exercising. This lifestyle allows you to eat and enjoy foods without the added mental stress of being on a per-claim diet for a number of months or until you reach your goal. So, you guys know the famous Be-Shred guy on YouTube commercials, the guy that shows himself eating pizza and donuts and says that running on a treadmill will not get you to lose weight. Try this, etc. Well, he also works out. That's very important. Energy burning. It's also within the limits of our calories and macros. Now, that's another episode. Stay tuned for our discussion on that topic. But, we have to stay within our threshold. We have to stay within our calorie and body needs. There's no get slim quick regimen. There's a lifestyle changes that we have to make to ensure that we are feeling and looking great. Americans are getting smarter. We are getting smarter, and I am enjoying this topic and sharing this information with you. You wouldn't be listening to this podcast if you weren't trying to learn more about how to maintain an optimal lifestyle. That's because we're understanding our limits on our intake of sugar and processed foods, and we are increasing the amount of veggies and lean meats and nuts and healthy oils and fish. And let's not forget about water. Drink water. Now, I recommend drinking a minimum of 64 ounces of water a day. Nowadays, we can find a water bottle fountain just about anywhere. So carry that fancy water bottle that shows how much water you drink and the time with you everywhere. My name is Kaviria, Coach K. If you enjoy listening to this podcast episode, don't forget to leave your feedback on the platform you're listening to or listening on. Invite listeners by sharing my podcast. Also, if you enjoy learning about health, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Just Health 90. Follow me on Instagram, _it_won't_stop. Also, the first 5 subscribers to get 5 subscribers will get a free 32-ounce water bottle tumbler. All right, that's it for today's episode. Hope you enjoyed. See you soon.